Hi, my name is Jason Lowe and this is my honeypot tutorial. What is a honeypot? It is a software that is used to mimic likely targets of cyber attacks and can be used to detect or deflect attacks from the legitimate target. A honeypot is used to attract the bad guys. They can often be used to gain information on how criminals may operate. There are three classifications of honeypots. You have pure honeypots. Pure honeypots are a full-fledged production system and is usually a physical server configured in such a way to lure attackers. A high interaction honeypot imitates the production system of the attacker and can be allowed access to a lot of services to waste their time. This is usually run through a virtual box or something. A low interpretation honeypot will simulate only services that are frequently requested, for example, logging in, signups, and forms. There are other things such as API interfaces and other systems. Okay, as a simple example, we will be now implementing an HTML form-based honeypot. It will basically take in a username and a password, and we will apply hidden attributes to certain form data that any scanner that pulls the page or spam bot will not be able to spam the page, because the honeypot will be able to interpret whether or not it is a legitimate user. Basically, my implementation of our HTML form honeypot. Basically, what it's doing is it's going to create a little honeypot that will basically attract that when web scrapers come through, they will not be able to input random data, because the form will know whether or not they're filling in valid information or not. So basically, what we have here is we have a simple form for inputting the person's first name or username and then password. And then while we have a little function that interprets what they do. So basically, this is how the basic thing would look. You would just be able to fill in your name, fill in your password, and you click submit, and it would sign you in. But what we're going to do is, this is easily abusable by bot scrapers, because the bot can just come in here and fill in random data, and this can maybe be SQL injections, just random data, or it can be used for DDoS attacks. So this prevents you locally from actually submitting data that is not valid to your server. So you would just put a name, surname, and you would be able to sign in. But now what we're going to do is we're going to create two hidden forms. Not yet hidden, so if I refresh it, you'll see these two forms. So if the bot came in and they filled in these forms, and then filled in normal data here, or any data here, it would say this is an invalid user, because they filled in these two text boxes. So what we're going to do is, over here we have this piece of code which checks if these text boxes are not empty. Then we have if they are not empty, which means there's something in it, we have an invalid user. And if there's nothing in it, that means the data that they've been put in is been entered by a normal user, since they are not able to see the text boxes. So what we're going to do is, you see they're visible, but all we're going to do now is hide them. So the normal user will not see it, and he'll basically just come here and do his usual thing. He'll sign up, and when he clicks submit, it will say valid user. But so now what I've installed is, I've installed a thing that fills out the logs. So this would be basically a generic web scraper in which it would come and enter dummy data. So we go and fill out the dummy data. As you see, the data just changed there and here. And also it would have entered data into the hidden text boxes. So when we click submit, it sees all the text boxes that have been filled in, which means therefore it is filling in dummy data, and therefore it is an invalid user. So this is basically how the honeypot works. This is a very simple HTML form version. You can get more advanced things in terms of servers and networks, but that is not where we're going to be going today. This is just a very basic setup that anyone can try, and we'll hopefully explain it better to you than going fully in depth with a large server setup.